Hey, this is Rahul with RWR.com, and how's it going, everyone? We are today heading towards the Kawasaki Kolkata dealership. This guy seems to be in a hurry. Awful noise. Let's lose him. We're gonna be late to the party, so let's just rush it. And we are almost there. I can see the dealership to my left. I was really excited about this motorcycle right from the moment I saw it last year at EICMA. I at that point knew that someone from Kolkata had booked it, but I was asked to keep it very confidential, so I didn't say anything about it on the channel. But I knew this was coming for a very long time. Sorry for not disclosing it to you subscribers, but finally we get to see the motorcycle in flesh, and I bring it to you exclusively on Ride with Rahul.
Okay, she's already here. And start. অনেক দিন বাজে সময় দেখা হয় না, সবার সাথে দেখা হয়।
The bike looks even more aggressive on the racing stand. The tail is so higher up. It's like a very aggressive stanced bike. I love the new graphics on it, and in flesh it really looks modern. I mean, the design has progressed. There are a lot of bits which are common to the previous bike, so you know this is not a complete overhaul, but this is a very remarkable upgrade both inside and outside the motorcycle. The styling cues have been revamped a lot, and they're really talking about the top part of the tank which can come off, and I'm not really sure what's inside it. It may be the battery. I know about the interior of the motorcycle, what changes it gets, but this is the first time I'm seeing it in flesh. Going to walk you through all the parts and features. So now the bike comes pre-fitted with a tank pad. You don't have to buy a separate tank pad. Of course, if you want some graphics on it, you probably could, but at least it's nice to see that they have included something, and it's just a thoughtful touch from Kawasaki. This KRT limited edition color is black and green, and it really looks awesome. I mean, you just have to love this new aggressive racing lines, and the fairing has a lot of cuts. It's a multi-layered fairing, and it kind of shows you the engine in more detail. It's not a completely closed up look like the conventional bikes. And here we start it up. You still have the previous design of the beautiful rev counter, but they have made certain changes to it if you see it, compare it with the previous bike. But it's still a ZX-10R. You can still understand that it's the same motorcycle from last year with a lot of different changes. The motorcycle, I think it's more rounded, more aerodynamic. The previous version, from front at least, used to look a little bit more aggressive. This is more like a racing bike's cowl. There are cuts on the front of the fairing, just like the BMW S1000RR. If you see the top, the windscreen now is more curved. People used to get a really flattened windscreen from the company, and then they used to go for something more like a double bubble windscreen. As you can see the right, that's the old ZX-10R we have. The windscreen on that is pretty flat, whereas the windscreen on this one is more like an all-encompassing design. So all these gorgeous looking motorcycles at the Kawasaki lineup. This showroom is stocked to the brim. I mean, every motorcycle on the Kawasaki lineup's there. The small dirt bike, I think it's called the KLX 110 or something like that. It's there. It's a very nice bike to look at. So on the 2016 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, the ABS is optional, and he has opted for the KRT limited edition version, which does have the ABS. I want you to take a look at the disc brakes. This year the disc brakes are bigger, and they're 330mm dual discs with 4 piston calipers. Now if you take a look at the front shock absorber, beside the shock absorber there's a red canister. I think that's the gas canister because these are gas charged shocks. Now I'm not really sure about it, but I do know one thing, that this is directly from the WSBK World Superbike Championship, and what this does is it allows you to really micro adjust your shock absorber systems, which means on a previous bike you had a step-by-step adjustment system. Say if you had a 10-step adjustment system but you wanted the setting somewhere between 9 and 10, you couldn't do that. But here it's a stepless adjustment system, which means you can do 9.2 or 9.3 because you can fine-tune it according to your rider preferences to the absolute precision. If you're that sort of a guy who's very picky about his motorcycle settings, then you can really dial in the perfect tuning for you, which means the motorcycle customizes itself to the rider's needs. Now if you're talking about the motorcycle's electronic rider aids, we are more moving towards a time where Japanese bikes are now following to the European motorcycles electronic rider aid system, which means more of the world is coming to that standard. Initially the Japanese bike brands were not really that eager to jump onto the electronics bandwagon. Ducati, Aprilia, BMW, these people have always implemented the latest rider aids, but Kawasaki is following suit, followed by the Yamaha 2015 R1M, which had all the electronics packages. Well, this time Kawasaki also does it with KTRC traction control system, which was already there in the previous bike, but now you have Kawasaki launch control mode or KLCM, Kawasaki engine braking control, electronic throttle valve, and even the stock model comes with a Kawasaki quick shifter. So launch control, traction control, engine braking control, electronic throttle valve, and a quick shifter. These are all the electronic rider aids that you get. I have also heard that this motorcycle has a 5-axis gyro system inside it, a little different from the conventional 6-axis gyro. The new feature it gets is the Kawasaki Intelligent Braking Control System or KIBS. Now if you are wanting a little bit more detailed what an intelligent braking system does, well, first of all it does have ABS, and that is to prevent your lockups. But suppose if you're one of those guys who uses trail braking, that is the practice of using the front brake a little bit while you're going into the corner. So suppose you enter a corner way too fast, but inside the corner you want to reduce the speed to control your exit a bit better. So when you use the front brake, what happens is the motorcycle tends to stand up, which means it tends to lose the lean angle and you tend to run wide. With this KIBS electronic stability braking control system, what happens is even when you're trail braking into a corner and you're trying to lose that speed, the motorcycle will still maintain its lean angle. That means your exit will be a lot sharper. Kawasaki claims around 450 pounds of curb weight for this motorcycle, including all the fuel and engine oil. The seat height is about 33 inches, which is not too high, I would say. Nice for a super sport bike. The pegs are really rare set. I really love this aggressive riding posture, but I think from the previous motorcycle this gets slightly relaxed in the riding position, and the owner who used to ride the 2015 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R, I think you've seen his video previously last year, and he's saying that this year the riding posture has been a little bit more comfortable and he's liking it. The first ride video of this motorcycle will be exclusive to my channel, and it's coming in just about a couple of weeks time because I have some other videos to upload before that. So subscribe to Ride with Rahul and stay tuned for that video. I would definitely love to cover a lot more in detail about this beautiful motorcycle. So stay subscribed and stay connected, and join Rev Up Nation if you want to be. part of my special subscriber groups. Thanks for watching. See you very soon. This is Rahul. Goodbye.